This is unbelievable. This is unfreaking believable. The power of the purse. They're they've given away their rights to the to they've actually given away their control. They've given away their control, and they don't care.
You get a video?
Yeah, they don't care. Why should they care? They've capitulated to this dum dum. Okay, they don't care. They do not care. And we are sitting here in this quagmire of crap. It's sucking it. You know, and then you have people sitting there going, oh, LA's on fire, LA's on fire, LA's on fire. They're doing a loop of the same freaking car that was on fire and the same garbage can that was on fire. And they're playing that like 4 hours. And like, it's not. They're playing right into, Pumpkin Spice Palpatine's hands. A little Pee Wee German's hands. And if anybody needed the Annabelle tour, it's Pee Wee German. If anybody needed the little dirt from that little Indiana portal, it's Pee Wee German. They need to sprinkle that dirt on his house like rain. Okay? That sucker's house needs to disappear into the portal. For real. I mean, for real, for real. That man is just evil as... I mean, his eyes are dead. Anybody who has dead eyes, that's him. You know, like the eyes of Jaws. Okay? His eyes are dead. Like that fish. Dead. Dead eyes. He has no soul. It's empty.
It's black.
Okay? Just dead eyes. I'm like, my God. Dude, you're a demon. I wonder if he walks into a room if somebody smells sulfur and brimstone. They must. They must. The man is evil. Flat out evil. But if they sent Annabelle, my money's on Annabelle. I'm telling you. If Annabelle needs a tour, start with him. Then go up to the puppy killer. Okay? Move up to the puppy killer. But it's, I mean, people really think that we are not in an authoritarian regime. No, we are. They think, oh, no, we'll work it out. It'll be okay. No, not in our lifetime. And probably not in Sienna's lifetime.
He learned it from his first term.
Oh yeah, he put all yes, man. The guardrails are off, and anybody who thinks, oh, they're not going to let him do, they're not going to let him do whatever. They're going to stop him. They're not going to stop him. They haven't stopped. They're not going to stop him. They're aiding and abetting. They're aiding and abetting. You're right. They're not going to stop him. They are not going to stop him. They're not going to allow him to do that. What? Yes. Huh? Are you kidding me? They are allowing him to do this. They are allowing him to do this. He is snatching American citizens up off the street. That pregnant woman was an American citizen. 9 months pregnant, but they are the party of family. 9 months pregnant, you landed her having freaking problems now in the hospital. You landed her in the hospital. Why? Because she's brown. They don't want brown and black people in this country unless we're working for free. It's so funny how black people are shiftless and lazy after we stopped working for free. After we stopped working for free, oh, we shiftless and lazy. Oh, okay. But before that, oh, look at that book. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's a strong one. Oh, he's a strong. He work all day. Really? Really? And how is it that, okay, you're now giving back priceless artifacts to African countries which were looted, or I'm sorry, looted's the wrong word, stolen. Okay, but you have to show us how to do stuff. No, that's not how that works. That is not how that works. If you have to show us how to do stuff, it is because our teachers were stolen from us. Our teachers were stolen from us. So we didn't have anybody to teach us how to do what we taught them how to do. So no, we were the teachers. We taught them how to do stuff. It wasn't the other way around. That's why they are trying to bury our history. And it's hilarious how their Christianity eerily is copied off of the Egyptian story. It's very funny how that happens. Very funny how that happens. I'm like, But people don't want to hear all of that. People don't want to hear how the Greek philosophers went to Egypt and went to cities in Africa to learn. They think, oh, the Greek philosophers are so great. They're so great. But if you read back on their teachings and their writings, they say they went to Africa. They say where they went to learn all this stuff because, well, they were learners. They wanted to know. So they went where they could learn. People in this country, I can't tell you how many times I tell people, oh, well, in Europe, they're kind of proud of their Moorish, their Moorish history. Because, they were taught stuff. Hello. That's how they know stuff. But then when it came over here, though, they want to whitewash that away. No. But when you go back over there, they're proud to tell you where it came from. People in America, honestly, I swear to God, I'm like, how do you go over there and just like skip that crap? How do you go over there and not learn that? How do you go over there and not hear that? I'm confused. Because they're proud of that. They're proud of that stuff. How do you not hear their history? How do you not hear that stuff? How do you not hear that the Vikings went to Africa and traded with them? They didn't conquer them. They came back. They came back to their house. Because they weren't about that. How do you not hear this stuff? I'm confused about this. How do you not know about the Black Irish? I'm honestly confused. It's mind-boggling to me. It really is. It's mind-boggling to me. I don't understand. This country is seeped in the blood of my ancestors. And, and this is why it will fail.
Oh, well, they're sinking it on their own.
Well, you can't do the evil that has been done in this country okay, for so long, you can't do that much evil, that much bad to people, and act like you haven't, and think that one, it's not going to come back to you, okay, because that karma train may run slow, but she never misses a stop. But the I mean, so much blood is seeped into just the ground alone. Just the ground alone of the evil, the murders, just murdering innocent black people just cause. Just cause. And think that that is not going to come back at some point. Ghosts, the energy, that's going to come back. It's going to come back. There's a boomerang effect. There's a boomerang effect, and I'm sorry. Come on now. Come on now. You know, they can be afraid of quote unquote losing power as much as they want to. The more you try to hold on to something, the tighter you try to hold on to something, the more it's going to slip through your fingers. The more it's going to slip through your fingers. You know, my mother told me the browning of America is what white people are so afraid of. And I'm like, and she told that to me over 40 years ago. Over 40 years ago. So I'm like, you know, over 40 years, she saw it. So I'm like, okay. It's, I just, like I said, I just don't understand the hatefulness. Okay. The hatefulness. Because like I said yesterday, black people are not all up in white spaces. We have to assimilate and code talk in order to make a living. Okay. And still deal with microaggressions and stuff. Okay, every day. But then when we go back to our houses and stuff, that's where we get to sort of woosah. You know, we're not all up in white spaces. We're just not. So why do white people always have to feel like they have to be in black spaces? We were rudely interrupted with dogs. And now she's looking at me like I'm stupid. Rude. No, but white people always feel like they have to be in black spaces. And that's what I don't understand. It's like they want to be relevant, and I don't understand why. I do not understand why, because black people honestly are not thinking about white people like that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you know, you have your stuff over here, you know, deal with your own. Okay, because we have our lives over here and we're dealing with our own. We're dealing with our stuff. I mean, that's how Rosewood happened. That's how Slocum happened. That's how, you know, Tulsa happened, and many others. And that's how those happen, because, you know, you want it separate but equal. Oh, okay. Well, fine. That's what we're doing. I don't think they really meant separate but equal. They meant separate. But they did not want black people to thrive. And when they saw black people thriving, that was a problem. Not that they couldn't thrive. And my thing is this: if you spent your time, the time that you were spending, you know, spying on your black neighbor in their black neighborhood, in their black town, if you spent that time in your own neighborhood doing your own stuff, building up your own, then you could be thriving, building up your own. You know, that's separate but equal. Instead of being nosy and not minding your own. And I saw one YouTuber. She had said that I forget who it was. I'd give her credit, but it was funny because she said she was at her job. These two white ladies came up to her and they were like, "Well, how do you feel with Trump saying?" How do you feel with Trump saying, uh, you know, he was going to segregate stuff? And she was like, "Oh, good." You know, and they were kind of shocked that she was like, you know, and I'm kind of like that too, because it's like, oh, okay, well, then we'll have our separate own, okay, and that means y'all go in your own space, and we'll have our own, and this means this time y'all stay in your spaces. Do not come over here. Period. Don't you know? Don't come over here for the soul food. Don't you know? Learn how to do it yourself. Do not come over here. Don't come to Rudy's. Okay? Don't come to Rudy's. Do not come over here for the cornbread and fried chicken. No, 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 no. Ours. You know. I you know, it's like, okay. I mean, it's like, who? You know, we get some reprieve. Like, huh. You know? Like I said, we already have to code talk. You know? I can't be myself at work. Okay? You know, there are a few people that I can actually be myself. You know, I can let my hair down, you know, and be myself at work. It is stressful. And you know, I didn't know how stressed I was at work until COVID hit. Again, the dogs. I had no idea how stressed I was with the code switching until COVID hit. You know, Bailey, sit down. Sit. Lay down. Until COVID hit. Bailey, sit. Lay down. Thank you. Puppies. We have 3. Oh yeah, we have 4. When COVID hit and I was home for 2.5 years, I felt myself visibly. I mean, I could feel the relaxation. The stress was gone. I was actually happy. I mean, no stress, no stress. Boy, we got the thing to go back to work. I'm like, what? You know, like, okay, I had to go into the office a few times during COVID, but there was no, oh my God, oh my God, I'm going to have to deal with microaggression kind of thing. You know, but when we had got the thing that we had to go back, oh my God. And I feel it. I've got bags under my eyes. My shoulders feel like rocks. I'm tense all the time. I'm miserable. I am freaking miserable. And it's the code switching. And I see it. I see it in myself. I feel it. You know, my stomach is in knots. I'm like, God. I'm like, wow. And I read a study where they were talking about how black women in particular really were happier working from home, and how many black women were finding alternatives to going back to work in the office because they could not do it anymore. And I get it. I freaking get it. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whew. Yeah, I get it. I get it. Because it's hard. It's hard. And with the election of Pumpkin Spice Palpatine, this country has basically, after over 50 years of us saying, can we have a seat at the table? They have said no. And I know my mother probably rolling over in her grave because I'm going to say this, because she put her body on the line so that I could have a seat at the table, so her kids could have a seat at the table. But it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. After, I mean, how many times do you have to run your freaking head into a brick wall for somebody to say, for you to get it, for you to say, oh, okay, no worries. Yeah, okay, y'all don't want me to sit at this table. All right, it's not worth it. It's not. It's not worth my life. You know, it's not worth my life. I'm now at the age that my brother passed away. He died at 56. Of course, he died at 56 on a beach in the Philippines, and that's a whole nother story. But he got out, you know. But the stress of him being a black man in America, I'm pretty sure, led to a lot of his health issues. And, you know, that in being married to a barracuda, um, but I'm sure it led to a lot of his health issues. And he, at 55, got out. And I don't blame him, you know, but he didn't even get a chance to enjoy enjoy a year of his retirement, dude. He died at 56. You know, I mean, that's sad. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, wow. Like I said, you feel it in your heart, the pain, the stress. And stress is a killer. It's a silent killer, but it's a killer. And these people will not. They may send a rose, but like I said, black people outlive their worthiness when we stop being a commodity for this country. And it's not worth me fighting for a seat at anybody's table, when I can make my own table and do whatever the hell I want to with it. I'm like, nah, it ain't worth it. I'm gonna just go do me, and I'm not gonna say what that do me is. I'm just gonna do it. Because like my mama said, never tell them what you're doing. Just go do it. Because if you don't say it, they can't tell you no. And with that, I'll catch you on the flip.